Happy Wealth Wednesday, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you were able to bless somebody today and change a life in the way that you were able to do so. So I titled my message today, Do You Know Your Limiting Beliefs? So yesterday I gave you 3 tips on how you can be successful. And then I also told you the other day that I was in a 6-week intensive because I spoke about in order for things to change, I have to change. In order for things to change, you have to change. Well, guess what? That change isn't going to come just because I'm wishing it. That change isn't going to come just because you're wishing it. In order for things to change, I have to change. And part of that begins with the mindset, right? Part of it begins with the mindset. It means sitting down and really starting to focus and taking a hard look at my own limiting beliefs. What is the reason that I am not where I should be? What are the reasons that are holding you back from being the person that you're meant to be? Right? I know God has given me a mandate. He's given me a calling, right? But in order for me to get to that place of leadership that I need to get to, I'm going to have to change a lot of things. And one of the things that is going to be required is a mindset shift. It's going to take a lot of mindset work. So number 1, identifying within myself, what are my limiting beliefs? What are your limiting beliefs? Can you take a hard look at yourself and say, why do I keep doing the same things over and over and over again? Or what is it that stops me from taking the next step? Can you identify that? And if it brings you to tears, then that's a good thing, because you really want to get past that. You want to get past those things. And most of it is because we've been programmed, right? We have bought into a programming, either in the way that we were raised, in the experiences that we've had, in just the things that we have bought into, the things that have been said to us and that have now become our truth and our reality. And chances are some of us are living a lie, because what has been said to us, or what has happened to us, has made us believe that is who we are, and that is what determines our self-worth and so forth. And you know what? It takes a hard look to say, you know what? I no longer will need to put up with this, but it's going to take a lot of mind work. And it's not going to be something that you can do once in a while or once a week or so forth. It's working on the mind daily. And then another thing that we need to identify is our core beliefs. What are your core beliefs? What do you believe? Do you believe the things that you believe because these are actually things that you believe from here, or it's actually things that you believe because the norm, or you're following the norm, you're following the herd because somebody else believed it, now it has become your belief? What do you truly believe? And what are your core values? What make up who you are? Are you a person of integrity? Can people rely on you? What makes up who you are? Are you honest? Are you a person that people can look at and say, this is who she is. This is who he is. And with those core values, you want to know that regardless of what somebody brings in your path, if it doesn't line up with your core values, then you need to step away from that. You need to walk away from that, regardless of how good it might look on the outside. Because if it doesn't line up with who you are and the things that you believe, the core values, the integrity piece, things like that, then you want to walk away. You want to walk away. So it does take work. It does take a mindset shift. And you know what? Earl Nightingale talks about this. He says, you become what you think about. Right? So the more you think about some things, those things become the things that you meditate on, which means that you're thinking about them constantly and constantly. They then become your belief, and it becomes your truth, and then now that's who you become. So in order, there's tons of resources that out there about mind work. If you've heard about Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill's book, that's a good one to study. You can definitely tune into The Science of Getting Rich. You can watch Earl Nightingale's The Strangest Secret. That's the one that I just talked about. He has great teaching on that. Bob Proctor has a lot of teachings on the mind. Ray Higdon does too. So just picking something and allowing that to marinate and speaking the opposite of what it is that you believe. So if you know you have believed a lie, once you start to identify the thing that is holding you back, or the few things that are holding you back, and then picking that one thing maybe, or 2 things that you can work on every single day, whether you're writing out affirmations that are the truth, to help you reprogram your mind, to help you to start thinking of yourself different, to start to think of yourself as the person that you're really meant to be, the person that really God thinks about when he thinks about you. Do you know your limiting beliefs? And maybe you've danced around this area, maybe nobody has even ever brought it up to you, but now is the time to stop and think. If I want to change my life, if I want to change the circumstances that I'm in, if I want to change anything that, that right now I know is not serving me and it's not really who I'm supposed to be, then it's going to need to start with that. Starting with your limiting beliefs and starting to get a plan in place so that you can start to work on your mind. So I thank you for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow.